Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's TPM5 here, back again with another NBA video. And in today's video, I'm going to be previewing the Phoenix Suns off-season, look at some trade rumors, some draft targets, and talk about their salary cap situation for the future. So just talk all things Suns for the next 5 or so minutes. Without further ado, let's get started. In the first 16 games of the season, the Suns split them 8-8, and it looked like a rocky start with not too many people sure if Chris Paul and Devin Booker will find a way to work things out. But nevertheless, they found a way to make it work. They went on a big streak throughout the middle of the year and finished with a 51-21 record, which was a surprise to many people, and also lead the Bucks 2-0 in their first, healthy, team they played against with a, full healthy roster and a big challenge. And sadly for the Phoenix community and the fans, they lost the 4 games straight and lost in 6 games. But it was good. No, it was a good ride for them. But just a quick reminder, guys, to subscribe to the channel. I make NBA content 2 or 3 times a week, and I've been doing these off-season previews daily. And the next one's going to be about the Milwaukee Bucks, the team that just beat the Suns. But yeah, back to the video. In a second, I'm going to put up the salary cap table for the Suns. It's going to be there for about 20 more seconds, so feel free to pause the video. Chris Paul has a player option for $44.2 million for next season. Now, that's a very important part for this team, and I think that's something he would opt into, but we can talk more about that in a minute. Devin Booker is guaranteed $130.8 million. He's with the team until 2024, which is a relief for them. DeAndre Ayton, had last year of his rookie deal on $12.6 million at the end of 2022. That's when the contract expires. It'll be interesting to see if they choose to extend him now when they can offer him the rookie max. And then they have guys like Jay Crowder, Dario Saric, and Jevon Carter still on there for the medium long term, so another 2 seasons. And they also have Jalen Smith and Cameron Johnson on rookie team option deals. So that's good. They have a lot of expiring deals, and the most important probably couple out of them is Cameron Payne and also Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig gave them some good minutes throughout the year as a good hard-nosed defender. And then Cameron Payne, someone that was a bit of a jerk in the NBA community, really turned things around. And when Chris Paul wasn't, firing, he came in off the bench and did some stuff for them. He was on $1.9 million, and I expect him to triple or quadruple that. I think that his deal, the new deal he gets, will probably be around $8 million. Now, eventually the Suns would have to draw a line and not, pick a point where we're not going to offer more than that. I think that if I'm the Suns, you'd be happy to pay him $9 or so million, but it's a fair amount. And the only issue for them is they are still going to be very high in the cap, so the rest of the roster outside of the core group of guys that are outlined there that are still there, they're going to be at $125.4 million already, so it's likely that they're going to have to go over the luxury tax. Now let's talk about Chris Paul, because that's obviously the key part of, I guess, their success this year. Obviously, some internal growth from the younger guys helped too, but he was a key, very impactful on winning, as you guys all know. And I think that it makes sense to bring him back. He will. It's in the end, it's in his hands. But I think that player option for $44.2 million, I'm pretty sure it's something that I don't think he can ignore and reject. I think it just makes sense to take that. Now, if he opts out and he wants a longer term deal, I would be a bit concerned, because he's 36, hasn't shown much sign of age, but age catches up really quickly. And the Phoenix Suns have, Robert Sarver as their owner, and he's a bit of a notorious tight ass. He traded away, TJ Warren, who was a pretty valuable guy, for cash consideration, so I wouldn't put anything beyond the guy, but I think that it makes sense for Chris Paul to opt in for this year, one last paycheck, and if he's still at a serviceable level when he's 37, I think that he can take a multi-year pay cut to help the team, regenerate around, his deficiencies when he gets older, and also just that will probably be the right thing to do, because if he hasn't won a ring by then, I think that he's got his $44 million, it's probably more than what he should get, and then he can take a pay cut. That's my view of things. If we have any Suns fans watching, please tell me, how you feel about that. He will probably come back. It's like a 95% chance he comes back. And if Chris Paul were to leave, it would free up $44 million, from their payroll next year, so they'll be able to hit free agency and make a splash for someone, a replacement point guard. Obviously, the ideal scenario is that he stays. Now, just looking at DeAndre Ayton, the Phoenix Suns can offer him a 5-year, 168 rookie level max extension. As I said before, they can extend him. it makes sense to sign him. I'm not sure if it's a deal worth that much. It's a bit much for someone this young, but that will be more than 30 million a year. And then Michael Bridges is also another guy that they need to work to make a deal happen with. He's probably going to be a bit more affordable at around 17 million a year. And Dario Saric is going to miss the majority of, about around half of the year. And I think that they probably do need to address that lack of a center or a power forward in free agency. Maybe Jalen Smith gets an option. But they're going to need to sign another center or power forward, obviously. I think that maybe a guy like Rashawn Holmes, if they can free up the cash, would be good. Now, as the Phoenix Suns played well this year, they're not going to have a very valuable pick, but they could pick Miles McBride out of West Virginia, who averaged 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 40% from 3. Obviously, a close from three-point line in college. Or if they wanted to, address the power forward center thing I was talking about, you get Jeremiah Robinson Earl or Isaiah Todd. But if you have any Suns fans, please comment. Anyone else, like and subscribe as well. I appreciate anyone that made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next video.